Welcome! Today we're diving into what is, no joke, one of the most important new skills you can learn: how to actually talk to an AI. This is the secret that separates the beginners from the pros, and we're going to show you exactly how to do it. Okay, let's be real for a second. Have you ever asked a super smart AI a perfectly normal question and it gives you an answer that's just completely bonkers? It's so frustrating, right? You feel like you're talking to a genius, but you just can't get a straight answer out of it. Well, here's the big secret. 9 times out of 10, the problem isn't the AI. It's us. It's the way we ask. And that's what we're here to fix. We're going to give you the keys to turn your simple questions into powerful instructions. So if you're ready to really master AI, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. You're definitely going to want to see this. You see, we're living through a quiet revolution in how we interact with technology. We're learning to stop treating AI like a glorified search bar and start treating it like a super capable partner. And that means shifting from just asking questions to giving it smart, well-crafted instructions. Now, this is where pretty much everyone starts out. Researchers call it basic prompting. You've got a question, you type it into the box, and you hit go. It's simple, it's direct, and for anything even slightly complicated, it's actually the worst way to do it. So why is that? Why does this simple approach fall apart? Well, think of the AI as this absolutely brilliant intern. It has read basically the entire internet, but it has zero common sense or context. So when you just toss a complex problem at it, you're forcing it to guess the right steps. It has to make these huge logical leaps, and that's exactly where the weird, wrong answers come from. And what's wild is how new all of this is. I mean, look at this timeline. Before 2022, we were pretty much all stuck in that basic prompting world. Then, a single research paper introduced an idea called chain of thought, and it was like a dam breaking. Suddenly, everything changed, sparking this incredible explosion of new, powerful prompting methods. So let's get right to it. Let's talk about that one massive, game-changing idea that truly unlocked the AI's ability to reason. It's called chain of thought. And honestly, if you only learn one thing about prompting, this should be it. So what is chain of thought? It's so simple, it's almost funny. Instead of just asking for the final answer, you tell the AI to think step by step. That's it. You're just asking it to show its work, to lay out its reasoning process. You're not telling it what the answer is. You're teaching it how to find the answer on its own. And look at the night and day difference it makes. On the left, you've got a standard question about a math problem, and the AI just spits out a wrong answer. It took a shortcut and failed. But on the right, all we did was add that magic phrase, let's think step by step. And boom, the AI breaks the problem down, follows the logic, and gets the right answer. That one little sentence is the key. And this isn't just a fluke. The data is incredible. The original researchers saw a nearly 40% jump in accuracy for math problems, a 26% jump for common sense reasoning. These aren't tiny improvements. This is a massive leap in capability, all from just changing the way we ask the question. But you know what? Chain of thought was really just the beginning. It kicked open the door, and now researchers have developed whole toolboxes of these advanced techniques. We can actually group them into families based on the core strategy they use. This is where you go from good to great. And just to give you an idea of how fast this is all moving, the paper this explainer is based on looked at 39 different prompting methods. 39! And almost all of them have been invented in just the last couple of years. It's insane. We're going to focus on the 3 big families you need to know about. Okay, family number 1 is all about an idea you already know: decomposition. It's the classic divide and conquer strategy. If a problem is too big and scary, you just break it down into smaller, bite-sized pieces that are easier to solve. So how do you do this? Well, you could use something like least to most prompting, where you literally tell the AI, first list out the subproblems and then solve them one at a time. Or you can get even more structured with plan and solve, where you instruct it to first devise a complete plan, and then, and only then, execute that plan. It's like telling it to write the outline before it writes the essay. And the best part is, you can just spell it out, just like this. See, you're not just asking a question anymore. You're giving it a process. You're giving it a workflow. You're turning it from a simple Q&A machine into a real, structured problem solver. All right, next up is a really powerful family of prompts: self-correction. We know large language models can make stuff up, right? So what if you could make the AI act as its own fact checker? The big idea here is to get the AI to generate a few different answers and then have it critique its own work to find the most accurate one. One of the coolest techniques here is called self-consistency. It's basically about getting a second, third, and fourth opinion from the same AI. You tell it to solve the same problem a few different ways, coming at it from different angles. Then you just look at all the answers it came up with and pick the one that shows up the most. It's like a majority vote for the truth, and it works incredibly well. And there are other ways to do this too. With chain of verification, you tell the AI to write an answer, and then to generate a list of questions to fact-check its own answer. How cool is that? You're essentially building a quality control process right into the prompt, forcing that brilliant but sometimes lazy intern to double-check its work before handing it in. Now, this third family is really clever. It's all about recognizing what AIs are bad at and giving them the right tool for the job. See, LLMs are amazing at language, but they can be surprisingly bad at simple math. So the trick is to tell the AI to stop trying to be a calculator and instead write a piece of code to do the calculation for it. So a prompt might look exactly like this. Using a technique called program of thoughts, you don't say, solve this financial problem. You say, write a Python program that solves this financial problem. You're letting the AI do what it's great at, writing code, and letting the computer do what it's great at, perfect, precise calculations. It's the best of both worlds. And the proof is in the numbers. For math and logic problems, this method gives you a 12% boost in performance on top of the already powerful chain of thought method. When accuracy is what you need, telling the AI to use a tool is just a smarter way to work. Whew, okay, we've gone through a lot, from the basic breakthrough of chain of thought to these advanced families of techniques. So let's just boil it all down. What's the one thing you need to take away from all this? What is your new prompting superpower? Here it is, 4 simple rules. First, don't just ask, instruct. Give the AI a process to follow. Second, tell it to break things down. Make a plan first. Third, make it double-check its own work. Get multiple answers and find the consensus. And finally, number 4, let it use tools. When precision matters, tell it to write code. If you can remember these 4 ideas, you'll be ahead of 99% of people using AI today. At the end of the day, you have to remember that the AI is this brilliant, incredibly capable assistant, but it's just waiting for instructions. It needs a good director to give it a great performance. So now that you have the tools to be a great director, the only question is, what are you going to create?